Before the weekend, I just said, Tati, I don't want to go to Red Bull. Red Bull is slow as fuck. But then Marco says, no matter what you want to do, Haja, your ass is fast. You almost beat Red Bull. And even Verstappen, they said, this is crazy. Hadjar almost beat me. And a lot of people think that Hadjar slowed down on purpose because he didn't want to beat Verstappen because he didn't want to make Verstappen angry. So then they asked Hadjar after the race, Hadjar, are you ready to go to Red Bull? And Hadjar said, I'm ready for anything, Daddy. I'm ready. I'm ready. So this is clear. And this is bad because Yuki did well. And a lot of the, and this is the context of my show now. After the race, the mechanic said that Yuki had a problem with his car and he shouldn't have been able to even finish the race and he was slower than the cars. And Yuki said, yeah, my car was slower and I still got points today. I got points because my car was slower than the safety car, which may be true, but it may be a little bit too late, even though he did well and he keeps on complaining that he doesn't have the same car as Verstappen. It doesn't matter now because it's clear the tide has changed. Haja is the man for that number two now. Unfortunately for Yuki, the time for Yuki has passed. What do you think, Kunle? Yeah.
Yeah, I think Yuki's greatest hope in Formula One now is maybe that in his career he can get to win a race in his career.
Yeah, and here's can I say
I
one thing
think that
before you
is the
go
limit
forward?
of his ambition.
Before you go forward, one more thing. Verstappen has been with Toro Rosso or Red Bull 2. Haja is the first person with Red Bull 2 to ever get on the podium. And Yuki was there, so that's bad. But go ahead, I felt like Kunle. Sorry to break your point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Yuki is not going to be one of the top
Nah,
three or four contenders.
that ship has
Um,
sailed.
yeah, that ship has long since sailed for him.
I
I
think
think from here he's
he can blame Red Bull for keeping him down so many years. And Christian Horner, go ahead. Yeah.
yeah, and even if he goes to another team, he's just going to be another also ran. I think that he's shown the limits of his talent. He's hit
Yeah.
his ceiling and he's there. I don't think he can do much better than where he is.
No. Now
Red
there's a rumor
Bull,
though that he's gonna go to Alpine next year because Colapinto is straight up shit. Go ahead, yeah.
yeah, Colapinto has been having a bit of a rough time,
So
but
they're saying Yuki
Leto,
may end up going there next year. That's a rumor. I hope so. Because even though, like you said, his ship has sailed, I don't want to see him out of F1 too. Quick thoughts on that, Kunle, then we'll go to Falabi. Sorry for cutting
yes,
you
I
off.
don't want to see him out of F1 either. I think that he's the kind of driver that would finish between 7th and 12th, which means that's his average area if he's doing well. He should strive to finish within those two. If you're finishing in those positions, you should remain a Formula One driver. Just that you won't be shine bubble, but you'll be there.
Yeah,
So
but I
let's
think it was
hope
fun.
for it.
Like, can you imagine celebrating that you got 1 point? The car was actually slower than it seemed, and all of the mechanics were telling me, "Yeah, it's amazing how good you did." They may just be pumping him up. You get my point.
A
And
point
then
is a big deal for some people. That's all they get in
yeah.
their
Yeah,
careers
but
as
they were
well.
banging him up. They said, we can't tell you now because it's a secret, but there's a reason I came 10th. I could have come higher. You know, our point is like pushing. And then 2 weeks ago, he said, I think with the right setup, I could beat Verstappen. No,
And
but
that's the
I think,
limit of his talent, and he's taking as far as he can go.
yeah. But Hadja, man, Hadja almost beat Verstappen in an RB. Although we know that it's because the car is messed up, because a lot of people are saying that if somebody said yesterday that if Verstappen had been driving the Red Bull racing car, he might have won the race, even though it's slower. It does go to show you that all Verstappen needs is a car that's balanced, whether he likes it or not, because he doesn't want a balanced car. But if you give him a balanced car, you know, like when they say road to Damascus, where Paul became a Christian rather than a Jew. The road to Red Bull Racing, Verstappen said, you know what? Fuck this fronted car. Just give me balance. You get what I'm trying to say?
But
Verstappen
he's the
is
one that created the fronting car in the first place. He's the one
yeah.
that
And
caused
you
the
know what's
problem
funny?
for
He was
himself.
doing better. And you know what's funny? He was doing better when Adrian Newey cheated. His car was fronty, and Adrian Newey put the asymmetric to make it more balanced, and he was beating people. So the thing is that wherever I know Verstappen thinks he wants a fronty car that he made. In reality, if you give him a balanced car, he won't enjoy it, but he'll still win. Do you get my point? That's what I'm trying to
Maybe I
say.
think he likes the thrill of the
Yeah, yeah,
unpredictable,
yeah.
shaky
Yeah,
car.
yeah,
And
yeah.
maybe in
It's like,
some corners it's faster than a stable car because it's unpredictable, but it's more
but the
risky.
deficit
They
in
can
the
get
slow
more out
corners
of
is
it. They can lose
yeah.
more.
So I believe that Adrian Newey put that thing and didn't tell him because he's like he thinks that that style of driving. Don't worry, I'll put something to correct his driving. And now Verstappen is admitting that he needs to change how he does slow speed corners. So that's the point. So last thoughts on that will probably be about probably it's Hodge's time. Maybe Yuki might go to Alpine, and we're talking about Verstappen's maybe needing a balanced car. What do you think, Falabi?
I think Isaac Aja is a bit scared of that RB RB car.
Yeah,
It's a very
yeah,
complex machine to drive. And
yeah.
Nico Rosberg, too, also said that it might be premature for him to make the step up, that he should just try to consistently finish well. And I think that those are where his reservations are really, because I mean that Red Bull car is not an easy car to drive, regardless of your talent. But like you'd have observed from his trajectory, his ceiling is still quite high, and he's a talented driver. But I don't think he's quite ready to step in that car
Here's
yet.
what I say, Falabi. Here's what I say, Falabi. You know what they say? Angels fear to tread where fools rush in. But I think that the fact that Hadjar is afraid of the Red Bull means that if he races it next year, he'll do well because he will be cautious and
Cautious, yeah, yeah,
methodical.
sure,
So
sure.
I think he just needs to go in and baptize by fire. What do you think, Kunle? Yeah.
Yeah, I think that Hadjar needs to. I think Hadjar is doing well. He's on a good trajectory. He's a good boy. He should stick where he is. Keep going. Keep his head down. I don't think he needs to do much difference. I think he's doing quite a lot. He
But I
doesn't
think
need
they're
to be
going to force him to go
ambitious.
to Red Bull. And I think it'll be good for him. So long as when he goes to Red Bull, remember I said this last session, if he goes to that Red Bull, he should actually on purposely not do so well the first couple of weeks just to learn the car. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm.
But he needs
Yeah,
to make it clear to the team that this is a new car, that I'm not going to put it in the Bay Area. So you're going to have to be patient with me for the first 2 or 3 races. What do you
Yeah,
say,
he should
Kunle?
try not to
yeah.
crash.
I think Hadjar is young enough to say to himself, "Okay, I don't mind being driver two. I don't even mind being driver two to Verstappen for a
Yeah,
year or two. Verstappen
yeah, and then
might
come on.
leave and he'll retire before me. So
Yeah,
if I keep
because
my head down, I could get driver one, or he could
yeah,
leave
because the only
regardless."
problem is that if they offer him a promotion and he denies it, you know how it works in corporate, Kunle. You know how corporate world comes. If you're offered uh, an advancement and you don't take it, most likely your time in that company is over. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because you know how corporate world is, it's aggressive and they're looking for killers. So they say, oh yeah, this guy is a coward. He doesn't want a promotion. Usually people who don't accept promotion, they end up getting buried in the company. You understand what I'm saying, Kunle? Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
because I mean they're turning down an option, and the company has
Especially with
lost
Lindblad.
trust in them
Lindblad
because
is
they feel that the aims are not aligned anymore, that they don't have the same goals. Your goals have deviated. I don't trust you. You want
yeah,
something that's not in the best interest of the company. I wanted to promote you to give you these responsibilities which you don't want, which we need. So therefore, you are no longer in our best interest. Goodbye.
so
That
I
is
think
the
he'll
danger
take it.
with turning that.
But
Even
the only thing
even
is
when
that go ahead, yeah.
yeah, I mean, even when we, even in our office, when I mean that we don't really promote, we have lawyers, but sometimes when they don't want to take instruction or do something, and I'm always, then you're like, I don't trust this person, or you want to give them a reward and they turn it down. You're like, what have they done? They've obviously done something dodgy and collected
Yeah,
something behind my back. I can't keep you there. The
yeah,
trust is gone. So Hadja should just keep his head down. He will get there in the end. He doesn't need to worry too much about the
yeah,
politics. Just drive fast
yeah.
and do as you're told, and you'll get to the
Yeah,
top.
and just basically be
Hey,
consistent.
man, guys, I got the Jeffersons. You get a piece of the pie.
Yeah, hey, Kool based on your story about what you said, this is a true story I heard. So there were some guys who were the Mexican military and they were undercover working for the drug dealers. So after they killed the drug dealers, they took the money and they didn't give it to the government, and they gave it to one guy, and the guy gave it back to the captain of the team and said, "I work with this team, but I'm a Christian, so I can't take the money." You know what they did? They killed him the next day, and they said he was the drug dealer, and they got him. Do you get my point? Because they said this guy
Yeah.
doesn't take our money. What if he snitches on us one day? You understand what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
Because it was a bunch of corrupt policemen. So now when they did their deal, the guy gave money to everybody, and then the junior guy said, "Sir, I only followed instructions because it was you, but I don't want this money because it's bad money." So now,
Ah,
so
I'll
now
kill
later
you.
on,
You're wearing a wire. You're an
no,
informant.
no, 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 no. So now later on, this another sergeant said there's somebody corrupt in you guys' squad. So what they did was they killed the innocent guy and said he's the corrupt person. But
That's
the rest of
exactly
us,
what my dad said about politics. They said that when they steal money, they'll make sure everybody collects money together, and whoever
yeah,
refuses to collect the money, they'll say is corrupt.
and they'll
That
scapegoat
happens in
him.
Nigerian
Yeah.
politics.
So Christian Horner said, "Man, I did a blowjob with my mechanic, and now you don't want to go to a major team. You gone." maybe that's why. Maybe that's why he got rid of Checo. Sonny, I'm a
Probably,
Christian.
yeah.
I'm a Mexican. All right, we're getting off topic. But yeah, Falabi, take us out with any last thoughts. Yeah.
Yeah, basically, I think Piastri P1, Max Verstappen P2, Norris P3. Those are my predictions. I don't know what you guys think. And
Yeah, maybe Norris P3, but he'll still beat Piastri and he'll still beat Verstappen in the main race because of race pace
race
and
pace.
tires. But yeah, that may be the case.
I think,
but I'm gonna go Piastri, Norris, Verstappen. What about you, Kunle?
Piastri, Norris, Leclerc, Verstappen.
Okay.
All right, good one. Take us out of Falabi.
Okay, another brilliant Formula One show. I've been previewing the Monza Grand Prix. And from Mustafa, myself, and Kule, we'll be back again sometime during the week. Good night, guys.
All right, Kule. Tomorrow morning
All right.
we'll do politics, or tomorrow afternoon.
Are we doing another show? Are we doing another show now?
No more shows today.